hydroponics system. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know much about hydroponics. I don't know. It always looks really cool, and I understand that there's a lot of like value to it, but for some reason my eyes just kind of glaze over whenever anybody talks, whenever anybody tries to explain it to me. It just doesn't make any friggin' sense. 'Cause it's like where you like don't have any dirt or something. You just grow it in water. Um, I could be wrong with that as well. But yeah, I really enjoy the little experience I have with that kind of stuff. It just kind of just kind of makes sense. When you dig up your own garden and plant the seeds and go out every day and water them and weed them and take care of them, prune them, and then after a few months you have like food that didn't create, but you had a big hand in bringing into reality. And I don't know, and yeah, you just do all that and you have like really good, healthy food at the end of it. It's like I don't know, it's very I don't know, kind of healing in a way. It just kind of brings you into more of a natural mindset, I suppose. And so I can only assume, because I've just had that experience with a small garden. I'm sure it's even more so when you're dealing with, chickens and livestock and goats and all that kind of stuff. You freaking make your own cheese and butter and all that kind of stuff. It'd be pretty awesome. Um, Animals, they better be nice. You're gonna eat them. Yeah, yeah. That's something I think is gonna be difficult for my fiance to deal with. Is she's definitely she's like an animal lover, which I mean I think anybody, even people who grow or raise rather like livestock specifically for their meat still love the animals. They just have like this understanding that they're going to be turned into food, which I don't know. It's just kind of a different way of looking at the world, I suppose. But I mean, we eat meat all the time anyway, so going to the grocery store and picking up a thing of meat or growing it yourself and turning it into meat. I don't know. There's be something she has to come to grips with, and but she'll probably just not be a part of that last step. um you tried sunflowers last year. They didn't grow big at all. Yeah, I mean there's different types of sunflowers as well, but your dirt sucks, so you're gonna try pots. Yeah, freaking yeah, the nutrition, yeah, and different levels of uh, because like you think like dirt is dirt, like in your backyard or whatever, but certain dirt can have more like toxicity levels or metals, and it's not always going to be the best environment to actually grow in, and yeah, plants definitely need nutrition and um, yeah, just different levels of like nitrogen and that kind of stuff. It's a lot more complicated than just plant or seeds, dirt, water, sun. Good to go. There's a lot to it if you really want to get like nice results. Um, Holy crap, I'm far behind. Sorry, guys. Um, let's see. You get a small hydroponic kit on Black Friday. That's cool. Let me see if you already said what are you planning on growing with it? Yeah, it'd probably be good for herbs. Can't name the animals. Yeah, yeah. That'd be that'd make it a lot more rough to deal with, I'm sure, especially at first. But yeah, that's they get a better life than most farm animals that way. Just ends up as food still. Um, yeah. But yeah, no, that's pretty much how it goes. Like like I said, I eat meat all the time, especially on the keto diet, and freaking the environments that those animals live in. Just because I'm not there, seeing it and being around it all the time doesn't make it better. um, doesn't make it better than raising my own livestock and with the intention of killing it and turning it into food. Give it the best life that I can. Um, and then yeah, it's going to be a whole lot more nutritious for me and my family. So probably not necessarily cheaper in the end. It seems so. It's not going to be necessarily a budget kind of a thing or saving money kind of a thing, because it's going to be more expensive or the same, if not more expensive, to even just for eggs and stuff. But yeah, the nutrition is definitely worth it in my opinion. So I'm just gonna go ahead and tap these lightly because it's kind of with the curves. I guess kind of with the curves. This is a little bit too much of a straight line, so I'll just do it individually around those just to make sure it's a good distance from the edge. Um, Need to print one of those center finding rulers. Center finding rulers. I don't think I've seen one of those for that would be like good for this. So I'm not sure what you mean, but if it would help me with this kind of thing, I would definitely be interested. Um, More healthy foods. Also, who knows how many cows are in just one? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, plus, I mean, the what it takes in order to do. Hey, thanks thanks very much for the follow. Uh, Dara Maris, Dara Maris 8. Uh, I probably pronounced everything wrong. I'm coming off of being sick for the last couple weeks, so I'm probably gonna be worse at figuring out people's names than usual, which usually I'm pretty damn bad at. So, but yeah, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome, welcome. See, I'm just using my scratch all for these. There's not much of a curve there, but I just want to, like I said, make sure it's uh, a proper distance from the edge. I'm not sure how I mapped out the holes for this guy last time. But I'll figure it out. Excuse me. So that one was in the center. Yeah. This goes. There, so that's the front. See, I don't know if I'm just out of practice with streaming, which I absolutely am. I don't know if it's just that or if it's my brain just being real foggy, but having a hard time holding a conversation. Yeah, it doesn't line up super well, but this is definitely in the middle, so just gonna have to go with it. And on the back. So yeah, just trying to map out where the holes need to go for the threads, for the stitching. It's gonna be a little bit hmm, not perfect on the front, but I'll make it work. So it's gonna go in like that. Because the hole is gonna have to be like right there next to the what we call it, relief cut, and so that piece of leather is probably just gonna tear. So I'm thinking I'm just gonna deal with it. I'll just put the needle, the stitch through the relief cut there, and yeah, there's a little bit of wiggle room with it, so it won't be the end of the world. Typically, um, typically I do kind of products that kind of everything lines up a lot easier. It's a lot less like of an organic design. So that's kind of what where my strengths are. Doing these sort of more organically shaped pieces is I don't know, I've done it before, but it's not quite as firmly within my wheelhouse. So I'm just doing a little bit of educated guessing. Um, Damn. Yeah, you sure do.